As I sat on my little house on the prairie here in the newly electrified state of Nebraska, I thought, what would be the most stereotypical way to reboot this YouTube channel? What would the other YouTubers do? And so I did it. I bought a Tesla. This is the Model 3 Performance. And on first glance, you'd be forgiven to not realize it was one. It has the standard 18-inch aero wheels, which, once you remove the caps, unveils the standard silver brakes that come on any other variant of the car. It has a normal suspension, normal pedals on the inside, an all-black interior, which in the past was just premium interior. But the only way externally that you can tell it is a performance is by looking at this tiny little red line that's under the dual motor badge. And that's pretty much it. Unless you have a keen eye and realize it doesn't have that carbon fiber spoiler, which, if we're being honest, is just taped onto the back anyway. I think the best way to describe the Tesla Model 3 Stealth Performance is that it's essentially a dual motor all-wheel drive trim, just with a software upgrade. That's really the only difference. They have the same top speed, they have the same range, they have the same front and dual motors. Hello. The only difference is that software upgrade allows you to have a faster 0 to 60 time, 3.2 seconds versus 4.4, and it also has track mode, which I'll get into here in a little bit. I also think it's worth noting that Elon Musk in 2018 tweeted the performance models are also, the buzz term is called binned. So they would take the components with the highest output, highest performance, and reserve those for the performance models. And the motors would also get double the burn-in. It's pretty much unclear if that's still the case, but essentially, they're the same car. So what's the difference between buying the Performance Model 3 and the exact same car with the performance upgrade added to it? Well, for starters, your car is going to be faster. The top speed with the performance upgrade is 162 miles per hour, or 261 kilometers per hour, which is an increase of 17 miles an hour, or 27 kilometers an hour, off of the normal performance version. What's interesting about the performance upgrade is that your range is going to decrease with it by 23 miles or 37 kilometers for a useful range of 299 miles or 481 kilometers. Now, you might be asking yourself, why are you losing range with a performance upgrade? And the answer lies within the hardware, particularly the wheels. You're going from 18-inch aero wheels to 20-inch performance wheels, meaning your car is less aerodynamic, meaning you also lose a little bit of range along the way. The suspension is lowered by a centimeter with the performance upgrade, but other than that, it's using the same coil spring system that's used across every single trim of the Model 3. You also get performance brakes with the upgrade that are larger and stiffer for better heat resistance and fade protection while you're doing long sessions on a track, just constantly braking and whatnot. And that's really the only use case for those. You're not going to notice a difference in everyday driving having those types of brakes or not. But from an aesthetic perspective, they are red. And to wrap up the aesthetic differences, you also get aluminum pedals on the inside and the carbon fiber spoiler in the rear. Both performance trims include track mode, which has a built-in racing and drifting preset, and the ability to make your own, where you can adjust things like power distribution between the front and rear motors, the stability control engagement, how strong you want your regen braking to be, and some toggles that allow you to have a faster recovery time between sessions, overclock your powertrain cooling system, and save your dashcam clips so you can review them later. I'll be going over track mode in a future video once I'm able to get to a track and don't look like a complete amateur. So what's the big deal with stealth Teslas, and why does it even matter? Well, I think initially it was kind of fun because it was like a scavenger hunt. These cars were unlisted on the website, and you had to call various stores to see if they had any in their inventory. Most didn't, but a lot of them did, so it was kind of fun. But by far the biggest advantage of the stealth models was that they were a lot cheaper than going with the full-blown performance trim. To put this in perspective, we'll use my personal experience when I bought my car in July of 2019. I initially purchased a dual-motor all-wheel drive car for just under $50,000 US. The performance trim at the time was $10,000 more, which not only was it out of my budget, but I didn't see the value in upgrading to that trim over the dual-motor all-wheel drive version. However, when I called the store that was closest to me in Kansas City, Missouri, I saw they had a stealth performance. So I asked what the price was, and shockingly, it was only $90 more than what I had just signed up for with the dual motor all-wheel drive version. So for $90, I get faster acceleration, faster top speed, and track mode, and I didn't have to spend the full $10,000 more. I just spent $90. If you follow Tesla fairly regularly, you'll know that things change with them all the time, whether that's on their website or their pricing. When I was preparing for this video on May 6th of 2020, I noticed that Tesla was then offering the stealth performance on their website, which was cool because that wasn't done before, and instead of having to hunt through the stores, you could just go buy one online. But the unfortunate thing was that they grouped the stealth performance and the full-blown performance trim as the same price. So whether or not you choose the upgrade or not, you're still paying $57,000 US. And that just defeated the whole point of the stealth. But as of May 20th, 2020, when I was finalizing this video, I saw that Tesla removed that stealth version from the store. So my recommendation is, if you're happening to be looking for a stealth Tesla, call around and see if any of the stores around you happen to have one, and ask if it's cheaper than the performance upgrade version. You could end up saving a ton of money, but obviously your luck will vary because things change with them all the time. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. What would you like to learn about electric cars? If you like this video and would want to see more, subscribe to the channel for more on EVs, how-tos, tech, and a whole bunch of other cool fun stuff. Cheers!